In collaboration with the Australian Meat Processor Corporation, AMPC, Primary Industries Education Foundation Australia, PIFA, has developed a suite of Australian curriculum-aligned lesson plans for Year 5 to 10 classrooms. These resources have been designed to engage students of diverse learning needs and abilities. They provide comprehensive guidance for teachers to support them in delivering red meat processing content in a way that is age-appropriate and sensitive to the nature of the topic. To access the Year 7 to 8 learning resources, visit the Prime Zone webpage and use the search function to type the keywords Meat Matters, Red Meat, Sustainability, Innovation, Stakeholders, Design Thinking, Case Studies, Prototype, Water Management, Energy Efficiency, or Waste Reduction. The 3-lesson Meat Matters unit for Year 7 to 8 students explores sustainability, innovation, and stakeholder roles in Australia's meat processing industry. Through real-world case studies, hands-on design tasks, and engaging collaborative work, students consider how design solutions can be used to address real-world challenges in the industry. The first lesson, Stakeholders and Sustainability in Australia's Red Meat Processing Industry, aligns with the Design and Technologies learning area of the Australian curriculum. Each of the resource teacher guides contain Australian curriculum content alignment, estimated activity timings for ease of classroom implementation, detailed resource and equipment lists to assist in planning and preparation, clear step-by-step instructions for the delivery of lesson activities, and answers sections to aid in the marking and assessment of student work. In this lesson, students will learn how Australia's red meat processing industry achieves environmental, economic, and social sustainability and the industry's significance to different stakeholders. The first activity in the lesson allows students to observe stimulus images to learn about various challenges faced by the red meat processing industry and propose solutions. Students then sought management practices and innovations into the 3 pillars of sustainability, environmental, economic, and social, to develop an understanding of the interdependence of these pillars in sustainable, safe red meat processing. Finally, students consider the perspectives of different stakeholders in the red meat processing industry and create concept cartoons to illustrate their thoughts. The second lesson, What Makes Australian Red Meat Processing Sustainable, aligns with the Design and Technologies learning area of the Australian curriculum. This lesson explores the role of technology and innovation, underscoring its impact on enhancing hygiene, quality control, and food safety. Students practice skills to research and analyze source materials for reliability through a scaffolded research skills building task. They then view source materials and answer questions relating to case studies on technologies and innovations improving sustainability in the industry. Finally, students analyse the impact of solar panels on an Australian feedlot and justify how this technology improves economic, environmental, and social sustainability outcomes. The third lesson in the Meat Matters sequence, Designing Sustainable Futures in Red Meat Processing, allows students to design and represent prototypes to promote awareness of sustainable futures and opportunities within the red meat processing industry. Students are presented with sustainability challenges relating to Australia's red meat processing industry and follow the design thinking process in groups to design a technology that addresses their chosen sustainability concern. Students work with their group to create a prototype of their design, selecting materials, components, tools, and equipment to create their design solution. To conclude this lesson, groups present their completed prototypes to the class, explaining how they've met the needs of people and improved social, economic, and/or environmental sustainability with their prototype. To complement the Meat Matters resource suite, the Meat Matters Prime Zone Academy course has been developed to offer an interactive digital format for the delivery of lesson content. The Meat Matters Prime Zone Academy course provides educators with a self-paced digital alternative for the delivery of the Meat Matters classroom content. Students have the opportunity to engage in online activities and quizzes based on case studies of innovations and technologies that are improving the Australian meat processing industry's use and management of water, energy, and waste. Visit the Prime Zone Academy website to register for the free Meat Matters Prime Zone Academy course. To complement the Meat Matters resource suite, the PIFA Food and Fibre card game, the Australian Red Meat Processing Chain, Years 7 to 10, has been designed to provide students with an in-depth exploration of the red meat processing supply chain. By participating in an engaging, hands-on card game, students will learn to sequence the supply chain of Australian red meat products from farm to consumer. Additionally, they will gain an understanding of technologies and careers involved in the processing supply chain. Access the printable game cards and instructions on the AMPC resource landing page or via the PrimeZone search function. To download these free curriculum-aligned learning resources, visit the PrimeZone website. To stay up to date with the latest food and fibre learning resources, subscribe to PIFA's free monthly newsletter via the PrimeZone homepage. To access additional primary and secondary red meat processing learning resources exploring industry careers, sustainability and technology, visit PrimeZone and search for the Australian Meat Processor Corporation.